much. All right, it's going up right now. You see the light coming up. I'm gonna post this link, everybody. If you could share it for us and tell people to come watch y'all play, we would love that.
All right.
Were you able to update your Zoom?
I did. I was. How about you?
Winners at Wharf, our new faces.
It's not updating on my laptop. I updated on my phone just fine, but on my laptop, it keeps saying like you got to update. I clicked the update, it downloaded, I hit install, but then nothing happened.
Yeah, I had to reboot my computer.
Yeah, I did that twice.
Yeah, I tried in Firefox, I tried in Chrome. I finally got it to work in Chrome. Frustrating. Make sure all you guys have your videos on. Jen, I think you're the only one that doesn't have the video on. We love to see faces. We got to make sure that it's none of our past trivia contestants incognito. So it's always nice to be able to see y'all.
That'd be genius.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I'm dropping the link right now if you want it. Here it is. Logan, I don't have my phone. Can you take this and any group chat that you're in? Can you post that for me? Perfect. All right. So I'll give y'all a second with the link and I feel like we're good to go. Aaron, if you want to do a rundown of the rules and then we'll get started.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Hey, welcome to day 2 of our Survivor Trivia Competition weekend. The way it works is very simple. You guys are competing for a top 5 spot. All right. So top 5 today, move on to the finals tomorrow. It's going to feature our guest, Brooke Struck. Today, we have joining us from Survivor the Amazon, Daniel Lue. So we're really excited to have Daniel here. What's up, Daniel?
How's it going?
Doing well, doing well.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Glad to have you here, man. So it's myself, Missy. For those of you who played before, Logan, the man to my right, the one just raised his hand. He's our game maker. So he's the one that puts all these amazing questions together. So if you have any feedback, you can see his Instagram handle. It's right there at Logan Beatty. So feel free to hit him up. Logan, can you go back on mute? It's a little, just the background. So the rules, very simple, okay? I'm gonna give it a rundown, make sure you guys pay attention. So for those of you that have not played yet, the way it works is Missy's gonna preface the question. She's gonna give you a structure the way she wants the question answered. For example, she could say, I want an alumni's first name and last name, right? She might say, I want the alumni's first name only, or the last name only. So just pay attention. She might say, I want a season number, or I want a season name. So just make sure that you listen to the way she wants the question answered. She's going to assign a point structure. Daniel will then ask the question. I'm going to check the chat box. That's where you post your answers. The person who answers correct, the fastest, wins the points, okay? If it's a multi-question answer that we're looking for, all questions have to be answered on one line. So just wait for Daniel to ask the complete question before you answer. You only get one shot to type to answer the question. So once you post your answer, that is it. So you cannot just rifle off a bunch of answers. So if it's a season number, you can't just start typing numbers. I will tell you right now that there is a super fan amongst us and you have to be fast. So if you plan on Googling, Amir, Google's not working, right? So he'll give you the heads up. No, Google is not working, okay? So you got to be fast, you got to be sharp, you got to be ready to go. That's it. Let's do it.
All right. I'm Team Talon and Team Hartley, so just gonna throw that out. I'm gonna
go Beckett. I'm gonna go Beckett.
Oh, yeah. Beckett, I love you though. I truly do love you. All right, guys. This first question, I'm gonna go. It's gonna be 8 points out the gate. Feeling lovely, and I'm just looking for a first name. Doesn't have to be spelled correctly. Go ahead. All you, Daniel.
Oh, okay. Who was the first male returning castaway to play in the season of Survivor with new players?
Aaron, you got the
Here we go, Beckett, Bobby John.
All right, Beckett. Beckett's like, Missy, you don't want me? All right,
I told y'all, Beckett's quick, guys. Beckett's quick.
Beckett.
Come with it.
I love that.
Leilani's like, all right, we're all right. Okay, it's like that.
Yes. Hey, Leilani. Oh my gosh. All right, glad to have you back. All right, this next question, I am looking for a numerical value, so just blank, and it is a number. It's gonna go for 6 points.
How many unanimous votes occurred in season 30, Survivor Worlds Apart?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. It was one. It was one unanimous vote. Logan, do you know who it was? No.
No. That's a good question. Let's figure that out. And that's a good one to add for later.
Yes.
All right. This next question, I'm looking for a number of a season. So if I say Island of the Idols, I would want 39. It's going to go for 8 points. Go ahead.
Which was the first season to have a do-it-yourself challenge?
Do-it-yourself challenge. Wow. Beckett, what was that face? Oh, no. I'm not going to look at the chat this episode. I'm just going to look at everybody's faces and see if I can guess who's going to get it right.
Hartley, season 19, Hartley.
Okay, Hartley.
Samoa.
Let's go.
Beckett, did you know that? You just screwed up the number?
Did Hartley already give an answer?
Oh, no.
Yeah, he did.
Yes. Sorry, Hartley. Nobody gets it.
No win. That's all right. One answer. Number 4, this next question. I am looking for just a first name. Doesn't have to be spelled correctly. It's going to go for 9 points. Go ahead.
Who was the first person to receive a clue to a hidden immunity idol on Exile Island?
Bo, come on.
Beckett with Misty.
Okay,
Beckett, let's go. Beckett, let's go. Yes.
Wow. All right. So this next question, I'm gonna make it harder. I feel like I want a last name spelled correctly. Oh, whoa, no. We're not gonna do that. Just give me a first name. Doesn't have to be spelled correctly. It's gonna go for 7 points. All right. Go ahead, Daniel.
I like you being rational. I like that. That was good.
I tried to bring it back. I was like, I'm not gonna be mean today. Yeah. I'm trying. New Missy. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Who withdrew from the game prior to the start of season 14, Survivor Fiji?
Gabrielle with Melissa.
Okay. Gabrielle, did you know the last name? Yep. Give her 4 more, damn it. Yes.
Oh.
Give her 4 more. I love that.
Missy, did you take a sip of like nice juice today? What's going on?
I'm trying. It's a new Missy, all right? This is going to be is it Saturday? It's a great Saturday. I love that. Great job.
I told you got to stay in character. You can't be doing this.
I can't be nice.
No.
Can't let people know the truth.
Absolutely
all right, Logan,
not.
you unmuted yourself. Go ahead, get that scoreboard.
All right. So currently in first place with 17 points is Beckett, followed closely behind with 11 points by Gabrielle.
Let's go.
Wow.
Okay. I'm loving how for this Abby is.
You guys are playing for a top 5 spot. That means there's 3 people. All you got to do is just answer one and you're good.
Yeah. Yep. All right. This next question, great question, is about tribes. Daniel's going to tell you an alumni name, and you're going to respond with a color of a tribe. Please keep in mind, if this person has played 40 times, listen to the question carefully about which tribe number that he's asking. Go ahead.
What color was Kathy Vavrick O'Brien's 4th tribe?
10 points. 10 points.
Oh, we got it. And Bo, we green.
Okay, Bo, get on the board. Let's go.
He says, let's go.
Let's go.
Says, I read lips. He said, let's go.
Yeah, let's do this. All right, This next question. Oh, okay, looking for a numerical value. That's all I'm gonna say, and it's gonna go for 10 points once again, because wow. Go ahead.
How many castaways were part of the Outcast in season 7, Survivor Pearl Islands?
We got it. Jackson with 6.
Damn.
Getting on the board. Missy, you want to go? You want to go bonus? You want to go bonus here?
Oh, let's do that. You take the wheel, please.
All right. So, Missy, you take the first 2.
Okay.
All right. I'll take the next 2.
Okay.
And Daniel, you'll take the last 2.
All right.
All right. We're gonna go. Give us their first name. Just start rifling them off. Go ahead. First name. Give us first names. You get 3 points per name that you can name that were in that, of that 6.
Mama C. That's Abby.
All right, let's see. I got Beckett. Give Beckett 1 point for Nicole.
Let me get in my chat. It's taking me a second.
Oh, are you able to see?
I can see, yeah, but I have a double screen up. All
That
right.
went too fast. I don't know who said what.
Just scroll through it. So I got Michelle to Leilani. So Nicole and Michelle are gone. Those are my 2.
Oh, perfect. I think I got the same person doing both. Give Bo 2 point. Give both two different names, so 2 different point answers.
Whoever was the first person to respond and got one of the names right.
Yeah, that's Bo.
You
That's
had
Bo.
you had
Bo's-
Ryan and Trish. Let's see, Ryan, Beckett. Give Beckett another one for Ryan,
Okay, Beckett.
and then give Hartley Trish.
Let's go, Hartley.
Hartley, there we go on the board.
All right, Michael, let's go. Leilani, let's go. Abby, come on. Amir,
Perfect. We're
head in the
good.
game, head in the game. All right, this next question, I'm turning it over to the intern. He's already ready and I'm muted. He's gonna ask you guys a very special question. Go ahead.
All right, you guys ready? All right, so this is one of our fan-made questions. So before I say anything about the question, you guys are welcome to DM me on Instagram at @LoganBeatty_. Send me ideas that you have for questions. If you're not going to be participating in the day of the trivia competition, so say you don't make
Who do you need?
finals tomorrow, send me a question today and we'll give you a shout out. So the question is going to be answered with, it's like a title. That's all I can give you, but it's like, I guess if you were to give like a number of blanks, it would be blank, 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 blank. So it's 6 words and it's a title. That's all I can say. It's a pretty hard question and it was given to us by Kira from a couple weeks ago. So thank you very much, Kira, if you're watching, for giving us this question. And I'm going to give it out for, I think it's a pretty hard question. So I'm going to give it out for 15 points.
Wow. Logan said, let's go. All right, take it, Daniel.
Okay. In which movie did Pervy Shallow and Amanda Kimball make a guest appearance together?
That's crazy. I couldn't-
Logan, I'm gonna let you check and you can award these points. All right.
I feel
All right.
like
Oh, we got it. Beckett. The exact
Beckett,
answer.
what?
Guys, when I pick winners, listen to me.
Aaron, shut up.
I've been right like 3 or 4 times. Beckett, let's go.
I will
Let's go.
say, wow, Beckett, truly wow. All right.
Into
this
the
next-
Blue to the Reef is the answer.
I haven't seen that. Now I feel like I have to. They're probably like surfers, like randomly going out into the water.
Volleyball.
They're playing volleyball. That's wild. Come on, celebrities. All right. This
Daniel,
next
did you know that?
question-
Did you know that answer?
No, I didn't actually.
Really? Yeah. I didn't even know that that was possible. For Jeff, sure. But for the Castaways,
Mm-hmm.
that's clout. That's real. Aaron, trying to get in the movie?
No.
All right. Bye. All right. This next question. I'm looking for the last name spelled correctly of an alumni player. Spelled correctly. Don't spell it wrong. I'll take away points. Wait, I'm trying to be nice. I won't take away points. You just won't get the point. And it's going to go for 8 points. Go ahead.
Who was the highest placing member of the Tiva tribe?
Great question. Great question.
Gotta think.
Last names, guys. Spell it right.
Last name. My man Beckett with Allison Raybould spelled correctly.
Wrong? Yes.
Yes.
Let's
Abby,
go.
right? Abby, right? Abby's like, damn, he's good.
Abby.
Beckett's
Abby,
good.
you're going to get on the board, though. I feel it. You're getting on the board. All right. Turn it back over, Logan, for number 10. Go ahead.
All right, so this question is our other tradition. We're using a question from one of our past trivia episodes. So make sure you guys go to Missy's YouTube channel, watch up on our old episodes. If you study, you have a really good chance at getting one of these questions right. Because every single trivia night, we reuse a question. So for this question, we're looking for a numerical answer. It was from Eric's episode of trivia. Eric Reichenbach, I think is how you say his name.
Beautiful.
Super cool guy to talk to. Definitely go watch the episode. So I'm looking for a numerical answer and I'm going to give it out for 11 points.
All right. Sweet. Go ahead, Daniel.
Okay. How many confessionals did Natalie White have in season 19, Survivor Samoa?
Dang, nobody yet.
5, 4,
Wow, nobody
3,
watched the past episodes.
1, nope, 15. And the person who, do you remember who answered it? Because they answered it like that.
He was
they,
like,
knew. He was like, yeah, I know.
I'm a super fan of Natalie and I've always loved her. Like he studies her stats, just her stats. Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right,
15.
let's get the scoreboard check, Logan.
All right. So we do have now more than 5 people on the scoreboard.
Let's
there's
go.
still a
Let's
chance
go.
to get on it. In first place with 42 points is Beckett, followed by Bo with 12, Gabrielle with 11, Jackson with 10, and Leilani and Hartley each with 1.
I love
All right.
that.
It's
All
open.
right.
Guys, it's open. Michael, it's open. You can make moves right now. Victoria, you can make moves.
Very true. Abby, I'm looking at you.
Talon.
I'm looking
Let's
at you,
go.
Abby. All right, number 11, halfway through. All right, I'm looking for the numerical value of a season. We're gonna go for 8 points. Go ahead.
Which was the first season's logo to use a Survivant font?
Beckett,
Didn't know that. Okay, Beckett. Beckett.
season 2.
I have to apologize. I think maybe I underestimated just the star power. Truly.
Nope.
Truly. All right. This next question, I'm looking for. This is beautiful. Just listen to the question. It's about alumni players and their statistics. It's going to go for 12 points just because, wow, you're going to give me a first name. Doesn't have to be spelled correctly. Go ahead.
Hey, who had the first confessional in Survivor the Amazon, season 6?
Abby with Heidi.
Abby,
Yes.
I'm aboard.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
All right, let's go. Heidi really put you on there. I love that. Okay, this next question, I'm looking for a numerical value. Wow, that's crazy. I think maybe it's still not Googleable, but just take your time. You get one answer, numerical value.
Take your
It's
time.
about, I'll just go ahead and say it so you can preface your mind. Daniel will say an alumni name, and you're going to say how many jury votes they received. If we were to say Karishma, you would say 1,562. All right, go ahead, Daniel.
Okay. The name is Tony Vlachos.
Total jury votes, guys.
Total across all seasons.
Total, all seasons. Take the time. Beckett.
You know my laptop?
Beckett, 20.
My
Boom.
laptop?
He's just sniping y'all. Just Beckett is sitting there just like, wow.
I love this. Beckett. It's not even
Beckett.
a competition, bro. Wow.
Beckett,
Wow.
20.
How
All
many
right.
was that question?
Hartley, you were right there. Hartley, you were right there.
What
right
did you say,
there.
Logan?
How many points did you assign to that question? 10? Okay.
All right. This next question. Wow. And it says current too. Like, so I'm gonna make it a two-part question afterwards. All right. So you're just gonna give me a first name spelled correctly. It doesn't have to be spelled correctly. It's gonna go for 10 points once again. Go ahead.
Okay. What is the name of Jeff Probst's current wife?
First name. First name. Current. Now, this is what Google will kick in. 10,
Definitely.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Amir, get on the board,
Whoa,
Amir.
okay, Amir, let's go.
Lisa Ann, get on the board.
How many wives has he had though? Somebody spilled the tea. So you really said that like current wife as if
I got
3?
2 and 3. Do you know the answer? 3, 2 or 3?
Sure, it's 2.
wow.
4.
4?
Bo,
Oh
damn,
my
Bo.
gosh.
You
All
throwing
right.
shade at Jeff right now with 4?
Wow, 4.
Wow, Jeff might be watching. Probably not. But if he is, you're never getting cast. You're never
Probably
getting
not,
cast.
but
Bo.
not yeah. Now you're on the
Yeah,
list.
you just shot your chance of ever playing Survivor.
He has spies everywhere. All right. This next question, I'm looking just for the first name. It doesn't have to be spelled correctly. It's gonna go for 11 points. Go ahead.
Okay. Who is currently the youngest castaway by date of birth?
I didn't know this answer. By date of birth, it's so specific.
Currently,
Currently,
guys.
Oh, that might
Gotta
be a big
think.
deal.
Currently.
Who's currently the youngest?
If you haven't answered yet, you have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, And Gabrielle gets it with Jessica. But I'm sorry,
Oh.
Gabrielle, she asked for first name.
What'd she
She asked for
give?
first name. She gave both.
Just
She's sad. I
Alright.
mean, I've never seen Missy sad.
it's
She be
fine.
chewing you out right now. But
It's
this new
fine.
Missy, I don't like new Missy.
I'm really trying, and I really wanted you to have the points. I really did. I think that's all it is. I'm hurt.
I'm
All
sorry.
right, we gotta move
Gabrielle.
on. We gotta move on. It's okay. Let's get a scoreboard check, actually, Logan. I can't even talk right now. Wow.
All right.
Dang. Dang.
Currently in first place with 60 points is Beckett.
Beckett, wow.
And then after Beckett, we have a tie for second and third between Abby and Bo, each with 12.
Okay. Let's go, Abby.
Then with 11 points, we have Gabrielle. And then with
Okay.
10 points, we have Jackson and Amir.
Okay, Gabrielle,
Wow.
Jackson.
Harley each with 1.
Wow.
Let's go. All right.
Wow.
We got a lot of people on the board. You know, we
With
still have
wide
the
open, no. 12 points is
Definitely.
not a lot of points.
definitely.
Wow.
All right. 4 more questions before we turn everything over to Daniel, who will read the question and assign the point value. All right. This next question.
Okay.
I'm looking for, I'm sorry. I didn't even read
Oh,
it.
sorry about that. Yeah.
No, you're good. This is going to go for 10 points. I'm looking for just the first name. Doesn't have to be spelled correctly. Go ahead.
Who called Ozzy and Coach temporary in the premiere of season 23, Survivor South Pacific?
We got it. Bo. With Christine.
Yes. Okay, Bo. Get on the board, bro. All right. This next question, I am so biased. I feel like if you have studied me as a survivor, I feel like you know the answer. This is one of my favorites. I'm looking for the number of a season. So biased is going for 13 points. Somebody get on the board. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Which season featured a post-merge tribal council in which nobody possessed individual immunity?
Somebody get on the board.
Season number. 10, 9,
Oh, come on,
8,
Abby.
7,
Come on, Amir.
6. Up. Is that right? Yeah, we got it.
He answered
Right.
before, though.
It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Answer was 7, but unfortunately, Jackson, you answered 31 first.
Oh, Jackson, crushing defeat. I'm so
I was
sorry.
Jackson. I mean, you were there.
We can't change the rules though. That's the thing.
Mm.
All right. This next question, I am looking for. I didn't even know this was a thing. So if you know this, you are a super fan. This is gonna go for 16 points. That may be one of the highest things I've ever assigned. I had no idea this existed. And you're just gonna give a name.
Part of the name, right? I think part of the name, whatever.
Any part of the name. Any part
Yeah.
of the name, and you get the points. 16 points. Go ahead.
Okay. Who won the 2013 Rob Has a Podcast Miss Survivor online poll?
Wow.
It's crazy. If you know this.
Why would you know this?
10, 9, 8. Oh, wow. Michael with RC.
Michael, where you at? Okay,
Oh,
Michael.
right there.
Michael was like, play to my strengths, play to my strengths.
Yes.
All right. This next one, I'm looking for just the first name of an alumni player. Does not have to be spelled correctly. We're going to go for 10 points once again.
Good one.
Go ahead.
Okay. Who was the first female to be chosen for a tribe in a schoolyard pick?
Gabrielle with Stephanie.
Let's
Well
go.
done.
Let's go.
Well done.
Let's go. All right. At this point in the game, guys, we have one question left. If you are 6th, 7th, or 8th place, this is the time for you to really swoop in. Top 5 move on to Sunday. Logan's going to give us the scoreboard, but I'm assuming he's keeping the names anonymous. And then Daniel, everything goes to you. And you
Okay.
can assign 10 points, 20 points, the number of your season, age of your kids. Anything you want to assign, it's all yours. If you want to ask more questions, now's your time. So anything you want to do. All right.
Don't like the question, you can ask whatever you want. It was just an example one.
Perfect. Yeah.
So currently the first place person has 60 points.
Back it. What? I'm sorry.
Next is 22 points, and then 21 points, and then 16, 12, 10, 10, 1, 1.
Wow.
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 Okay.
Wow.
Daniel, is that everything you need, or do you need him to repeat it all?
So I need to assign a point value, right?
Yeah, anything you want.
Oh, what about 15?
I like it.
I love that. I love that. Also, before you start, guys, really quick, I'm doing an online Survivor game. I told you guys earlier, and we just won immunity, so I just want to shot on camera really quick. Wow.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yes. Yes. All right, Daniel, take the show, please.
Okay.
Let's go.
Do you want me to make up my own question or just what's
You
there?
can use that one. You could read that
Whatever you
one,
want.
do another one, whatever you want to do. It's your show right now.
Okay. All right. How about this? What language and dialect was I speaking with Matthew von Ertfelder?
Wow.
Language and dialect, though. It has to be both. Okay. So it has
Language
to be
and
like-
dialect.
Language and dialect.
And dialect.
Yes, love that question. How many points you feeling?
15, he said.
Okay, 15. Wow. Are y'all typing?
There you
Chinese
go, sorry.
Chinese
Yeah.
Mandarin. Is that
Yep.
it?
Yep.
Abby.
That's it.
Abby, you get it.
Let's.
Yes.
I just got so hype. I just got so irrationally hype. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Let's
Took
go.
control. She's moving on.
All right, Daniel, you can stop there. If you want to read the question that the intern has provided for you, you can do that one as well and assign more point values, or we can call it. How do you feel?
Okay. How about this? One more question. And then, okay, in terms of point value, is there anyone from behind that can if they get this question, they'll
Yes.
catapult them to the top?
Ooh, Logan,
Yeah.
what?
Oh,
is
to the
sixth
top,
place?
top? Like first place?
Or
Just any-
maybe even second.
What's sixth place have, Logan, and what does fifth place have?
Right. So sixth place is currently sitting at, one sec. Fifth place is 16 points, and then there's 2 people with 10 points in sixth.
Wow.
You said,
Wow.
say it one more time for me.
In fifth place, the person has 16 points. And then in sixth place, there are 2 people with 10 points.
Wow. So literally anything with 6 could get somebody in there. I
How
guess you
about
could.
seven?
All right, seven. Yeah.
7 points. So whoever
Daniel's
gets
here
this
to
is the
mess your
bomb.
games up. That's what he said. He's here to mess your games up. Let's go. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So if you read my bio, you would know this. In which martial arts do I hold a black belt?
Wow.
The full name. It has to be the full name. It can't be just the specific
Right.
art.
Specific
style.
discipline. The
Yeah.
whole thing.
Gotta research the hosts.
Oh, we got it.
Definitely.
Gabrielle.
Gabrielle.
Wushu Kung Fu.
Well,
go.
it's misspelled, but it's close enough.
Yeah, will you go with that? Will that work?
You giving it to her?
Yeah, I'll give it to her.
Let's
All right,
go.
Gabrielle, you get it.
All
Gabrielle,
right,
you get it.
bet. And without further ado, Logan, can you please, when you get everything tallied up, read us our top five? Top 5. Remember, private message to Logan. Don't drop your emails for everybody to see, please. All right? Logan, floor is all yours.
All right, our fifth place person with 16 points. Congratulations on making it to finals, Michael Payan. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but Michael, congratulations.
Love that. Love that.
All
Silent
right.
but deadly. I love that.
And with
They're all silent, Missy. They're all silent.
Well, I meant silent like as in gameplay. Dang, Aaron. Like he really he came up from behind. Can I mute you? Hold on.
all right, in fourth place with 22 points, we have Bo.
Okay, Bo. I'm here for that. I'm here for that, Bo. They're all silent. I hate you. Wow.
In third place with 27 points is Abby.
Okay, Abby. Okay, Abby, let's go. Battle back champion right here. All right.
All right, our second place person with 28 points is Gabrielle.
Let's go.
All right, and
Let's
before
go.
I announce first place, make
We
sure
already know
you
who it is.
who don't make it, send me some questions for fan-made questions so that we can give you a shout out tomorrow on our final night of trivia.
If you did make it, do not send questions for tomorrow
If you-
because
yeah, if you made
obviously,
it to the finals, like, don't send me a question.
yeah.
Our first place person with 60 points is Beckett. Congratulations.
Wow. Okay, Beckett.
Congrats. Awesome
Okay,
work, guys. Beckett, well done. You made me proud. You're my winner pick going into tomorrow, so just get ready. Study Brooke, please. Okay? Study Brooke.
Definitely.
All right, guys. So the way this works, y'all are gonna have the opportunity right now to ask Daniel questions. So the way, if you have a question, you can raise your physical hand, just show me, and I'll unmute you. You can ask a question, or you can raise your virtual hand. If you just press a button that says "raise my hand," you can do that as well. So we'll start taking questions. So go ahead and raise your hand, and I'll unmute you. You guys can interact, and yeah, let's do it. Go ahead. Who's got the first question? I got Bo. Go ahead, Bo.
Hi. So was there any Ponderosa, and also where was the pre-jury trip?
For all of
Yeah,
us?
so there was definitely a Ponderosa. So since I was in the pre-merge, we had a boat in the Amazon. So it was like a 3-deck boat, and then we stayed there. We sailed around the Amazon. Sometimes during the day, we got onto land, and then our trip was to Patagonia. So we went to Chile. We went horseback riding. We did glacier walking. We shopped. We did spas. And everything was paid for.
Damn,
So
that's legit.
Ah,
there was a
That's
lot more
usual.
drama on the Ponderosa than when I was on the show itself. But as you
Really?
know, right, the Ponderosa, there's always stuff going on.
Not-
But that was before they filmed Ponderosa, which is unfortunate because there was a lot going on.
Ours was chill. Like at Ponderosa, we just literally just got lit every single day.
No, we did that a lot too. But the more people came on, the more like upset feelings there were, or and
Yeah.
also just the cabin fever, because we were there in Ponderosa for a long time, right? And
Right.
Yeah.
well, especially for me, after being off for 9 days, I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
It's like, now what I'm gonna do? Like for 30 days, I'm just stuck here,
Just chilling.
Yeah.
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 Good
stuff.
question, Bo.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome, Bo. Who's up? Who's next? Go ahead and raise your hand. Let's see. All right, I got you, Talon.
And then Beckett.
Right.
Yep.
I know Aaron and Missy already asked this, but you guys can re-answer it if you want to. But how did you guys go about getting casted?
Great question, Daniel.
Okay, for me, I just did a 3-minute videotape. I filled out the application. I mailed it in, and then within 1 week, I got a call to go to Dallas because I was living in Houston at the time. So I had to go to the regional interviews in Dallas. So I did that, and then another week later, someone called me and they said, "Oh, we'd like you to fly to Santa Monica to be in the finals." So I was there in Santa Monica. We were there for about 9 days. And then we weren't allowed to leave the hotel room. We were able to leave the hotel room like 4 times, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and one
Wow.
30-minute recreation time. And then
Yeah.
during that time, we would get calls, in our hotel room saying like, "All right, go upstairs. You have an interview, go see the doctor, whatever." And then after it was 8 days, then I got a call that said like, "Oh, you made it to the finals, and tomorrow we're gonna go to CBS." So I did an interview at CBS, and there were about 20 other people there.
Mhm.
And after that, it wasn't until like another month or so, maybe 3 weeks, and then I got the call that I officially got it.
That's exciting.
My question for you, Daniel, do you recognize anybody who didn't end up on your cast that ended up making it to next seasons after?
No, I didn't. I was looking though, because I remember who they were because we had to spend so much time together, but not talking. We were able to like have lunch or have gym time or whatever. But no one that auditioned on my season that didn't make it.
I feel for those people. It's like you're there. Like it's a small group that makes it on to like the finals at CBS, and they load you in a van. And like actually one person reached out to me on Instagram, and she's like, "Yeah, you remember me?" I was like, "Yeah." I remember everybody there because I was taking notes on every single person there. So I wasn't sure if you had recognized, because Jack had got cast or was an alternate for season 38. So he went through that whole process too.
Wait,
Oh,
you said
okay.
you saw Jack?
No, Jack was he was an alternate for season 38.
I was about to say, yeah, he was at mine, and we knew he was an alternate because he came in halfway through the week. Like he already finished most of the stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I
good
got you,
question.
Beckett. Partly answer next.
Nicole?
So this question is for all 3 of you, but might be more applicable to Aaron and Missy since you played in New School Survivor. But I've heard from contestants like, "Oh, let's go get water," can often be like code for let's go talk strategy. And like how obvious is it when people are talking strategy, and what were some things that you guys did to try to be more subtle about that?
Good question, Beckett. Wow. Yeah, I think there definitely is a difference between old school and new school strategy for sure. For me, you really have to fill the room. With Aaron, I know that if 8 other people who are not as athletically fit as him or I see me and him talking, just out wherever, that's a threat. So with him, we never really spoke. If you see on our season, I don't know which episode it was, but there's a quick pass of me and him. I walked down one way, he came the other. We spoke for like 5 seconds and then we passed on. That was our way of communicating because we didn't want to be seen as big of a threat as I guess we were. But then with someone like Tommy, I would have tea time with Tommy. Like tea time with Missy and Tommy was what we would say. So every morning we would wake up, people wanted coffee and tea, and we would just walk to the well and get it. And nobody else wanted to go at 6 a.m. anyway. And so for me, it was super easy. Nobody caught on after talking with everybody after the game. But it's obvious, I think, if something comes into camp and Jeff is like, oh, you have 2 immunities today, all of a sudden it's obvious, right? Everybody's going to scramble. So I think it's just reading the room, I feel like.
Yeah.
knowing the different players.
It's like right before tribal, obviously everybody's strategizing. So you don't really take into consideration like who you're going to talk to a little bit here and there. But if you're trying to like work with somebody, so for instance, like I wanted to work with Karishma and she was at the bottom and her name was in the chopping block. So I had to be very careful with how I would pull her away and try to talk to her and basically tell her, hey, you're gonna be okay. Like I'm gonna make something happen. Like I'm gonna throw a vote on Dean because I know Dean's coming after you. Are you cool with putting Dean's name if I can make this happen? So this was planted even before we had lost. So, you know, you got to be careful with certain people and who you talk to because she's on the outs. So if Dean sees me strategize with Karishma, he's gonna be like, wait a second, why is he even talking to her?
Definitely.
Yeah. So Daniel, I don't know, like from an old school standpoint.
Okay, so on my tribe, it was all men, right? And then some of the guys were just really just focused on doing work, like getting water was just about getting water. It wasn't really, it was only like Rob C that knew what was going on, and I knew that he knew. And I would talk strategy a lot with Matthew Von Erkfeld just because we were close. And Roger, he was kind of like the self-appointed leader. And from day one, he kind of came up with the idea that, okay, all the guys will stick together. We'll make the merge. We'll take out the girls. And then I'll go first. You go second. He actually had a whole boot order decided on pretty much day 1 and day 2.
Wow.
But so he wasn't really very strategic, at least when I was there. They were all about working. And it wasn't really until like it was time to vote that it was more about strategy. But they already made their mind. They were like, all right, Ryan's gonna be first. We don't really like him, so he's first. It doesn't really matter. I screwed up the first challenge, but it didn't matter to them. It was like we already knew ahead of time that was the first person.
So
who was the biggest difference?
Calling the shots? Like who was collectively calling the shots like in the beginning for you guys?
Well, in the beginning it was like Roger and Butch. They were the older guys, and then the other guys just kind of went along with it. And Rob was like, all right, I'm gonna go along with you guys because you're the majority. So, and I was trying to get Rob to come over. It's like, listen, you don't like Roger, you don't like the other guys. But he was more like, well, they're the safer vote, so he went with them. But he didn't know though. If you guys remember that Dave Johnson voted for me on the very first vote. But Rob didn't know that because Dave Johnson and Ryan Aiken were from the same city and they made a pact that they weren't going to vote for each other. But Rob didn't know that. So had he known that, his vote might have been different. I'm not saying he would have still voted for Ryan, but it's very possible he would have voted for Roger.
Wow, I love the tea.
So they kept that amongst each other that they were from the same city.
No, it was like a well-known fact, but they made a pact that said that we're not going to vote for each other. Gotcha. And okay. I told Ryan, go tell Rob what you said. But he was like, oh, you know, he didn't really believe him.
All right, good stuff.
And sure enough, when you saw the votes, the first vote was towards me versus Ryan.
Right.
Good question,
right.
Beckett.
Good stuff.
Oh,
Hartley.
Last thing I wanted to say to Beckett, I think everything in new school has a purpose. So no one's just going to get water. No one is just going to take a bath. No one is just going to sit on the beach with friends. Everything in new school is like, we're doing this for a reason. We have no, you know what I mean? It's a little bit different, I think. Yeah.
And just to kind of pick up on that, I guess I'm wondering, I know you can't talk pre-game, but I can imagine that everyone is looking at each other. And are there subtle ways that you're signaling that you might want to form an alliance, either by winks or nods or gestures before the game starts? Or is it really, are you separated completely and you can't really communicate even non-verbally?
Daniel, go ahead. Interested about your experience.
Yeah, I remember during casting in Santa Monica, Ryan Aiken, he wore a Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt on a game of like, yeah, because I'm into wrestling or WWE, right? And then so once the game started, I was like, yeah, you were the one with the Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt. I'm a big wrestling fan. So we kind of bonded over that. Even with Butch, like he sat across from me at CBS. And I was like, I was kind of giving him nods like, hey, I remember seeing you at the gym. And then it didn't really translate in game, but we're actually really good friends now, though, ironically.
Cool. How about you guys' Ponderosa experience? Like, how many days was that for you guys, like pregame?
That was 4 days. We stayed in a treehouse and we did the jungle
like
training.
exchange? Any like exchange of like eye winks or like head nods there? Yeah,
there were. Okay, so a lot of us got sick, right? We were in the Amazon, the food that they were giving us, it's not like we got food poisoning, but like the water is a different country, so a lot of people aren't used to it. So a lot of people were, had diarrhea. And Ryan Aiken at night, he had to go at night, late at night. And with the treehouse, it's like 3 levels, and then you had to go down, a set of wooden stairs. So he would go down at night, he'd be stomping downstairs to use the bathroom. And then a lot of people weren't happy about him. He's like, oh, you're the guy that kept waking us up. That was one. Number 2, I always woke up early just because I just couldn't sleep. And I would just like stay in my hammock, right? And people would go off to get breakfast. And I would wait till everyone just got done so I could just stroll in and just grab whatever food I wanted. And then they thought that I was like sleeping the entire time. And Ryan told me, he wrote in his diary, he's like, oh, this guy sleeps all day long. But I was like, I was awake before everyone else. So they had that judgment of me. He's like, yeah, you're the guy that sleeps a lot. So there was already like a lot of opinions forming.
Assumptions being formed before you even start.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a funny story with Shauna though. So we were in hammocks and we were separated by sheets. And at night in the Amazon, things are alive, And I heard like this buzzing, okay? And her hammock was right next to me. And I just heard those like big zzz. I was like, oh my God, is she like using a toy or something? And I sat up, I was like, I think she's just trying to tease me or something. But when I got up, there was like the biggest cockroach I have ever seen in my life. And I swat that thing down and I stomped on her, right? And yeah. So It wasn't Shauna, it was a cockroach. And I told her that story. And she said, you know what? I came really close to bringing one on this trip.
Wow.
That's amazing. Wow. That's great. That is great. Missy, you got your Ponderosa pregame?
Ponderosa. I feel like, and Hartley, can you say it back to me again? I'm so sorry.
Are there any kind of non-verbal cues that you were making with people pre-game?
Yeah. So for me personally, to be completely honest, I know it's gonna sound so unbelievable because of how cutthroat I seemed in the game. I was shitting myself in pregame. I was so afraid. I was so scared. I wouldn't look anybody in the eyes. I stared at the ground. I didn't do anything. I didn't work out because I didn't want them to see if I could work out. I didn't do puzzles because I was afraid of that. Like a lot of people were trying to talk to each other, like kind of like nudge each other and look at each other. Nora was hyped, as Nora is. But I just stayed like this the whole time. And people thought that I was very quiet and very, I guess, I don't know. What would you say, Aaron, other than quiet?
You were just not you. Like you would literally sit there with kind of an emotionless look and then just stare into the abyss. And I was like, I get no read on her whatsoever. You gave nothing.
And that's not gameplay at all. I wish it was gameplay. Like I wish I could own it. It was true fear. Like it was such a big dream of mine to get casted and to be at Ponderosa where I've seen so many other people, to talk to the workers there who are like, oh, I love Wendell and I'm just like it just really blew my mind. I couldn't function. Couldn't think, couldn't try to cheat, couldn't try to talk. I was just there. Molly dropped tongs on my foot and I wanted to cry. That's probably the most emotion that I gave the whole time. So yeah, the only person that actually knew anything else about me, I think, was Aaron, because he saw my backpack and knew that I was Air Force. But other than that, I tried to give, it was just fear. I didn't try to give it, it just was there. Yeah.
So like when they split us up and they sent us our like hey, these are your colors, send us your wardrobe. So the tribe, I assume, was broken. For us, it was pastel. So it was yellows and orange and pinks and things like that. And then they said, don't send like purple and like dark gray and stuff like that. So for me, I would go around and I would wear like a pastel and I'd be like,
this is it. Like,
and then like Elaine would be like, and then like Elizabeth, and I was like, and so Missy, I would be like, and she wouldn't even look at me. She just
didn't even notice. I definitely noticed his shirt. Like, I'm sure it's written down somewhere about his outfits, but we're not talking. I can't look at you. I think somebody walked up to me and was like, blue or light. And I was like, don't speak that. I don't speak that language right now. I'm so sorry. Like, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Good question. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Who's up?
I think it's all Beckett. Or did you already go Beckett?
Oh, I got Beckett. Yep. I got Michael. Go ahead, Michael.
How's it going, guys?
What's up, bro?
Hey, thanks for doing this. I got to give a shout out to everyone else on the call because you guys are stupid fast with these questions to the answers. I was like, oh my God. But Dan, on your pre-jury trip, you had a crazy mix in that there was only 3 young people compared to 4 older people. How awkward was that on that pre-jury trip?
It actually wasn't real awkward at all. I mean, those were the people that during our pregame, I really want to work with them. I was thinking, all right, I want to work with a good mix of people. Janet, she just seemed like a really nice mom type, which she is. And then and she's actually a lot of fun. She got drunk every night. So there was a lot of alcohol. So, I mean, that helps a lot. Jean, she's a really, really great person. She's a lot of fun. Ryan's a lot of fun. I mean, the only person that was a bit of a downer was Roger. But towards the end, we kind of understood he's just like really cranky or whatever. But yeah, he was like mainly the only one that kind of caused any type of arguments or whatever. But besides that, everything was good. Like, we all became really close afterwards. Even with Roger, even afterwards, he invited us to his house for Thanksgiving. So
wow, cool.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome. Good stuff. Good question, Michael.
Good question.
Who's up? One of the ladies out here? Abby, Gabrielle, Leilani, Victoria. All right, got Gabrielle. There we go. You're up.
Hi. Thanks for having us. This is a question for Daniel. I was just wondering what like Matthew's like kind of like in the game, because like on like TV, like he had a lot of like fun moments. Like, what's he like face to face?
He's actually just like what you see on TV. He's very let's say, he's very dry. How about that? He's not a party guy. He'll speak very eloquently with proper grammar and SAT caliber vocabulary words. But he's a really good guy. He's really genuine. 2 years ago, I went to DC and I met up with him, and that was the first time I actually hung out with him since 2003, actually. So, yeah. And also too, he works for Marriott, so I hit him up for the friends and family discount. So whenever I'm staying in a hotel in a Marriott, I just email him, say, hey, can you send me a voucher? Send it to me. So,
there we go.
He's a really good, very good, loyal guy. I mean, he's
that's the reason.
Crazy. Yeah. But he's still an adventurer. He still does like jungle treks. I think he went back to the Amazon to do like some type of like.
Wow. Went back.
Yeah,
to
he goes through like I think he was in Antarctica, not Antarctica, but forget which country, but it was one of those cold countries. He had sled dogs and all that. So he's like a real life adventurer. He's like an Indiana Jones almost.
Wow, good stuff. Thanks, Gabrielle.
Yeah, good question.
I got Amir, I'll come to you next. I got Leilani.
Hi. I guess this is for Daniel as well. So like since you applied, like you like were on there like season 6, right? Did you like expect to have like Survivor be like now at 40 plus seasons, or like did you kind of expect it to kind of like go for like 10 seasons or something? Like did you expect to be part of such like a long history of a show?
Great question.
Yeah, I did not actually. When I was on the show, we were all talking. It's like, well, this is season 6. All right, we already have 6 seasons, so this might be then. So we were like, okay, you know what? We might be the last group that ever,
Wow,
does this.
that's crazy.
So yeah, we had no
Nuts.
idea. I mean, we knew the ratings were good, so we knew it was going to go on, but we just didn't know how long, because a lot of times like shows, like they can have really strong ratings, but then it tanks, right? But I had no idea, I did this we filmed my season in 2002. So I think
It's crazy.
there's a lot of people watching now that weren't born back then.
There might be some people on here right now that might not have been born back then. Logan.
Logan's
one.
like,
Amir is one. Is another.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
crazy. That's a great question, Leilani. That's a great question.
yeah, really good. I like the
Awesome.
perspective.
Yeah, awesome. Good stuff.
Dang, 20 years
Amir,
later.
go ahead, bro.
Okay, so I was thinking back. This is a question for Missy and Aaron. I was thinking about your guys' game, and you guys I think it was Aaron said Elaine is a social butterfly, right? At the same time, you have to play a social game, but how do you not get labeled as a social butterfly, but at the same time build relationships with people? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I mean, if you look at Tommy's game, I mean, Tommy did it textbook. From a social standpoint, Tommy checked all the boxes the way it needed to get done. I mean, he pulled people aside one-on-one, had real genuine conversations with them, found something, a commonality with people. It was able to connect with them on an emotional level. And that's what Tommy did. He did a great job from a social standpoint. So if you look at anybody and want to emulate anybody's social game, he played a really, really, really good social game, because you don't want to be too outward. Tommy wasn't always cracking jokes around camp. Tommy wasn't always trying to make people laugh. Like Elaine was always had to be the jokester. She always had to get people the attention. Like it was always Elaine's here, attention's on me. That's an easy way to get labeled a social butterfly. So it was no problem for me to paint a target on Lane day 2. Like it was simple. It was easy. It was look it, you want to sit next to that? Not a chance. Everybody loves her. But Tommy had a very subtle way about going to each person individually to make sure that, they liked him. And everybody liked Tommy. That's why he won. Because everybody liked him. It came down to a popularity contest, and he had everybody's heart. Everybody loved him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
From what I'm told,
except me.
I mean, same.
I love
yeah.
Tommy.
From what I've heard, Kara from 37, she had a good social game too. I think it's really easy for your social game to get blown up. And I think a lot of us, in real life, where you're full and you have your friends and family and cell phones around you, it's very easy to, I guess, not really see the things that you really need. Elaine, like Aaron said, needs the attention. So we would watch her on TV. We would need time to get away from the game. We'd be like, Elaine, entertain us. And it brought her joy to do that. If that's your personality, you're just gonna stand out. Nora, I think she brings a lot of attention to herself. She's gonna stand out, right? I feel like for my social game, I probably was I think I'm too. It's funny that Aaron said that Tommy is genuine and had genuine conversations. I feel like for me, I genuinely, and this is where I messed up. If I really liked you, I'm down to talk for 5 to 10 minutes out of my day. If I truly can't stand you, we're not going to be friends in real life. This is not a part of, at probably by day 20, I was so starved, I couldn't even hold the front. I just couldn't even, I can't right now. I can't go away. I'm trying to I tried to paint something by myself, and 3 or 4 people came up to me, and it was not the right 3 or 4 people, and I was done. I dropped the paint, I dropped the board, and I think I walked into the water. So yeah, I feel like and that's a very bad social game. That's a very bad moment. So it's really hard to keep your social game in check just because of the starvation. But yeah, Tommy's a good example. Never too much, never too little. Sometimes I was too little. If I don't like you, I was too short. You could probably tell I didn't like you because I'm just done. Elaine, stop. Stop. So yeah, you want a nice balance in between where you're not being too extra or too less.
Right. Yeah. Good stuff.
Beautiful question.
Mm-hmm. Who's up?
Anybody else?
Abby, you got a question?
Definitely. Give her the floor.
Yeah, here we go.
Give her the floor.
I'm just wondering, as players of the game, but also fans of the game, I'm wondering from you guys, all 3 of you, what do you think was the best twist that's been introduced to the game? And what do you think is the worst twist that's been introduced to the game?
Great question, Abby. Wow. Daniel?
Okay, so when I was voted out, there were producers that came onto the boat in our Ponderosa. And one of them was Craig Armstrong. He was a co-executive producer. And I was telling him, is there any way you can do like a challenge or something where we can somehow get back in the game? Something like that, you know? I was asking him kind of facetiously, but not really. And then next season, guess what? The Outcast twist happened. I was like, oh my God, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
So that was a little painful for me. But yeah, so that was
how about worse? How about a worse twist?
Man, for me, it was men versus women because that screwed me up. So I didn't like that at all because I knew who I was going to align with, you know, and then everything changes whenever it's men versus men, you know, a tribe full of men, you know, versus a mixed tribe. It's just
absolutely
very different because someone like Roger, who's like completely bossy, completely controlling, that orders people around, they're going to be gone first. But instead, he was like kept around all the way until, guess what? Until the merge. That's when the women were like, oh, we don't like this guy. He's got to go. So in a normal, like regular season where, you know, where there's no twist, Roger most likely would have been gone first.
Wow.
Okay. I think for me, I would say I don't like the seasons where you're labeled as something. David versus Goliath, or you're labeled a hero, healer, brawn, beauty, whatever. I don't like being labeled something. So obviously I'm biased just because I think it messes with your game too much. If I don't act this way, will my edit be messed up? I can see myself being in the game and thinking, if I'm not acting super brainy or super brawny, and that's what somebody somewhere has labeled me as, will my edit be awful? Will I be labeled something that I'm not? So I feel like that you don't need an extra factor to be a part of your game. So I'll say that one. And my favorite, I'm kind of liking Edge. I'm kind of liking people saying it should be its own TV show. Maybe not a part of Survivor, but I'm just liking the personal development. Maybe personally I want to go, probably just to sit alone, don't really have to talk to anybody and just like be with yourself. So I think that's why I like it. But from a fan standpoint, Redemption Island, Battle Back. If you really are a good competitor and people want you gone, if you have the chance to keep coming back, that's dope.
So Missy, if you and I were to play together and there's Edge of Extinction, you're giving me the ability to vote you out to send you to the edge?
I
Is that what I heard?
That's not what I'm saying. I feel like you would never have the numbers to vote me out. We all know this.
You
would never have the ability to vote me out.
I was just checking.
Right, yeah. No, I'm glad you checked. If that were to ever happen, I don't think I would just send you. Yeah, I would always have the numbers. You're either in my alliance or you're against me, you're going home, bro. Stop.
So my favorite twist, I'm gonna stop it. My favorite twist is playing back in, playing 100%. Like the opportunity, if I get voted out, to be able to compete to earn a spot back in the game as a player. And my least
favorite twist is Tony getting the extortion because it's just so unfair. And
all right, next question. She answered.
All right, yeah, next.
Amir, Abby, thank you very much. That was a great question. Go ahead, Amir.
I had another question. I was thinking about that time when Karishma like cut herself with the machete. Did you guys like really like she got like so
Amir, look at me.
Everybody.
Amir, look at me. Do you think if you were bleeding on the side of the road that I would just leave you there to die?
No, I don't think so. I was just like,
you want to know how it went? You want to know how it went down? Okay, this is how it went down. Karishma cuts her
everybody
hand.
in their tribe is dead to me. I just want to know
what happened. I'll tell you exactly because I was right there with Dean. Karishma cuts her hand and she says like this, "Oh my God, I see the bone." And she said it calm, like real calm. We're like, what? She's like, the bone. I see my bone. So I look over and like, I'm looking at it and it's a little bit of blood. I'm like, that's just the flesh. That's just your flesh. Like you didn't cut bone deep. Like if you cut bone deep, like you're gonna give us more than what you're giving right now. So we all kind of sat there. Like Dean came around. I was sitting there. She was bleeding. Like no doubt, blood was there. And then the producers came over and they were like, guys, give her some space. Give her some space. Like y'all go over there, give her some space. And then, so the producer's standing by Karishma. Karishma now goes and lies on the ground with her hand down. And the producer's just like, you guys stay over there. Like, give her some space. So then it plays back saying, we just sit there laughing. And like, we didn't go over and check on her. That's a bunch of bullshit. Like, we checked on her. We got sent away from production. And then when she came back after she was taped up, we went back to Karishma. Like how, as a way any normal human being would treat another normal human being. That's what we did.
My favorite part. I don't mean to cut you off. I love the enthusiasm. My favorite part about the whole edit is when you watch it, Karishma comes back over, it's wrapped up, and she goes, "It's no big deal." And they cut. If you watch it, I don't know which episode it is, but if you watch that full like 30-second talking, she goes, "It's no big deal." And I have food ready and I'm getting ready to serve her, and I'm like, "Oh, it's no big deal. I cooked for you." But they just cut off the part where I said I cooked for you. And so they have me saying back to her, "Yeah, it's no big deal, Karishma." So
Oh,
That's
yes.
how it
wow.
works, guys. That's how it works.
But that's just
And
how
like,
that's
so-
editing.
And
Yeah,
then
that's
if
editing.
so from a confessional standpoint, production was probably feeding her, "Oh, how about when your tribe just left you there and you were just bleeding?" And maybe Krishna didn't know that we got sent away by production. She might not
Right.
have known that. And then production's just feeding it into her, be like, "Yeah, they all left you." Like
Because they need
all
an
sat there
underdog
and
story.
it's a joke. It's a
Yeah.
complete joke. And not, there it is. Tea
But
spill.
why has she
Tea
not
spilled.
cleaned it up? Why has she not had a public release statement? That I'm not sure. Next question.
Well, I can answer that question, but we're not going to answer that here.
But we won't. Next question.
Here we go. Next question. Who's up? Anybody?
Is that everybody?
I think that's it. Well, Jackson didn't ask anything. Victoria
Jackson?
didn't ask anything. Maybe they're just chilling. It's okay.
They're like, no.
I
All
think that's all
right.
we got.
Well, guys, real quick to Daniel. Daniel, if you could have a rainbow above your head, it could say anything. Be yourself. Be who you are. Love life. Stay safe. What would that say? What would you want to say as parting words to everybody here?
Your imagination creates reality. So make sure
Yes.
you imagine what you want.
Love that. Love that. All right, top 5. We will see you Sunday. Make sure those emails are given to Logan before you log off. Everybody else, if you want to play again, the link to sign up is released Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday-ish in the Facebook chat, on my Instagram, on my Twitter. Make sure you search for it, and we'll see y'all next time. All right? Thank you guys
game
so
day. Get your
much.
game face on
Thank you,
tomorrow.
everyone.
Beckett. Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you, Daniel. Wow. Thank you so much. All right, Amir.
You're welcome. Thanks for having
Beckett.
me on.
Yes.
And Daniel, if you can chill for a second. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll see y'all later. Bye, Hartley. I missed him. Bye, Bo. Bye, Jeff.